Alrighty, everybody, today is going to be all about tone and mood, two words that can get very easily confused, but we're going to kind of break down the differences for you. So why should you care? Mood is the way that a story makes you feel, and tone is the way that an author feels about his or her subject. Being able to interpret tone will help you understand what you are reading in a much deeper way. Mood, you should feel things when you are reading. So the mood is what you are feeling. You should be feeling things when you're reading. And tone, authors have opinions and feel things when they are writing. And if you know what they're feeling when they're writing, it will help you understand it better. All right, here's the write this down slide before we get to the rest of the presentation. Go ahead and pause this slide, write down all of these notes quickly. And then once you have it all finished, press play and watch the rest. Make sure you watch the rest because just writing down notes is not going to help you understand this. And that's a promise because I remember when I was at your age and I tried to just write this down, I didn't get it. So make sure you watch the rest. All right, so let's talk about Steve and Bill. Steve is a student reporter and a writer. This is Steve. Hold the little microphone. See, he's a reporter. Bill loves to read. He reads everything, even texts written by other students. So he's just a big reader, and he loves supporting his friends. Steve and Bill are friends. He loves supporting his friends and reading stuff that his friends write, especially things that Steve writes, because Steve's a pretty awesome writer. There's Steve. There's Bill. Woo! Okay, so we're going to pretend that Steve is writing an editorial about the student council election. His tone changes. At first, he sounds very rude and condescending. However, he is also motivating, even inspiring. Remember, tone is how the author feels about what they are writing. Okay? So, Steve, thinking about the student council election, he's acting very rude toward his topic. He's acting very condescending towards his topic. But then he becomes very motivating and inspiring about his topic. So the emotions are going to change in this passage down here. We know this is the tone because he uses words like inexperienced, silly, and pointless. He also uses words like change, happen, and challenges. So you can figure out the tone by pulling those key words out of the passage. I'll go ahead and read the passage to you. When we elect student council members, it is expected that these students represent the will of the student body. However, we know that this has not happened at STL High School. The students are inexperienced at negotiating with adults, so their efforts usually result in simple, silly dances and fundraisers. We need real change at this school, not pointless penny drives. We can create a change, but it will only happen if we elect students who are prepared to face the challenges ahead of them. So as you can see, his tone starts being really rude and condescending, using words like inexperienced, silly, and pointless. It's not very nice. But then he tries to motivate people and say, this is what we need to do to make it better. So then we know that his tone is very motivating and inspiring because he uses words like change, happen, and challenges. Okay, so Steve likes to write a lot of things. Not only is he on the school newspaper writing editorials, he also likes to write stories. Steve writes spooky stories in his creative writing class, and he posts them on his blog. His most recent story creates a dark and eerie mood. It evokes is the awesome word, makes it come out of you, right? Evoke is such a cool word. It evokes a dark and eerie mood in the readers. We know this because he uses words like shudder, quiet, dimmed, darkness, ominous, and others. So let's read this and see if you can feel that dark and eerie mood. The hallway door closed with a reverberating shudder of sound. One by one, the overhead fluorescent lights turned off, each one making a quiet click as it dimmed and then blanketed the floor underneath in darkness and shadow. It seemed as if the entire building was holding its breath. The only sound I could hear was the ominous tick, tick, tick of the clock above me, reminding me with each movement that my time was almost up. Super scary. So here is Steve's friend Bob, and he is feeling that dark and eerie mood. He's sensing it, right? Because Steve over here created it with his word choice. Shutter, quiet, dimmed, darkness, ominous. All right, so that was a fast one. Pretty complex topic. So if you need to watch it again, go ahead. If you need more help, more examples, reach out. You're going to answer each question. Please include multiple complete sentences because take a look, there's only 3 of them. So that means you need to give me more than just like a quick little scribble. Really think this through, all right? And really think about those emotion words. Remember, we describe tone and mood using lots of really rich emotion words. If you're struggling to come up with some emotion words, just Google tone words, Google mood words, and it will come right up and give you lots of wonderful words to use as you're trying to come up with these answers, okay? Give it a shot. Reach out if you need me.